So I am going to share my screen. I just have a few slides on this. So what this is about is about everybody in UCD being comfortable and happy with their working environment. And sometimes it seems really obvious, just leave people alone, respect everybody, fine. But actually, we're in quite a multicultural environment. We're dealing with people from all over the world, and that means that some of us have different expectations of what's normal and fair and nice behavior, and so it's good to just take a moment sometimes and think about what you're doing and whether it's welcome. In particular, I'm just going to highlight some behaviors that we want to discourage within UCD. So take a look at this list. Even if you think, I'm not the kind of person who would ever do any of this, think about these from two perspectives. You don't want to be the person who treats somebody poorly in this way. And also you don't want to be somebody who receives some of this behavior. So take a look at that list and make sure that you have a sense too of what's discouraged here. So if somebody is acting in one of these manners towards you, then it's time for you to speak up. Okay, and I'm just going to talk in the next couple of slides about how you do that. Okay, so the first thing to do, if you have any doubts about this, if you've got any queries, is to look at UCD's Dignity and Respect Equality website. I'll give the link for that at the end of this presentation. So I just want to indicate to you there how you deal with these things, but also where you can get information about it. Okay, so there's a complaints procedure, and there's also information about behaviors as well. Okay, so in terms of where to go for advice, if something does happen and you want to make some sort of complaint, or if you just want to get some advice, UCD staff is always going to be open and friendly with you about this sort of thing, and you shouldn't be afraid to come talk to us if there is some issue that you want to talk over. So here's just a list of some of the people you can contact about these kinds of problems. So you can talk with your program coordinator or the head of school or things like that. I see a raised hand there. I might just take questions at the end because there's not much more to go in this. So we have the student advisor, which is Colleen, and you just met her, and she's a very nice lady. I've worked with her now for many years, and she's always very good and experienced with students, so she knows what to do if there's a problem. And she's always our great font of information. If there's a student who has a difficulty, pretty quickly they get introduced to Colleen. But there's also student union resources. So they have a welfare officer, a full-time sabbatical position in the students' union, somebody who looks after student welfare, and there's somebody you can contact as well for some independent advice. And all of these people can be readily found through the UCD website and through the UCD Student Union website. Okay. If you have an issue, the first thing to do, if you're comfortable with it always, is to talk to the other person. Okay. And what this is about is just, again, we are from a multicultural background. We have different standards of behavior. And sometimes somebody just doesn't realize what they're doing. They're not thinking about it, or maybe this isn't a problem for them normally. Okay. And again, this is double-sided. On one side, this is about if you're receiving this sort of behavior, that you, again, if you feel comfortable doing it, that you speak to them and you say, what you're doing is making me uncomfortable and please stop. And on the other side of that, if somebody does come to you and says that you are doing something that makes them uncomfortable, please take them seriously. Okay, try and put yourself in their shoes, try and understand what you're doing, and try and modify your behavior. If it goes beyond that, you can talk to the various staff supports and the student union supports that I mentioned on the previous slide. And beyond that, there's a formal complaints procedure that's discussed as well on this website. I give the link at the bottom, but the key part of this, the bit that is quite easy to remember and to follow through links from there, is just ucd.ie/equality. So from there, you can get lots of information. You can get the procedures for complaints. You can get contacts as well. So I'm just going to leave it there. This is not a complex topic, and most people go through their studies without ever having to think about this stuff. But just in case it does come up for you, don't be shy about it, and don't be afraid to bring it up with us. Okay, we're here to help you, and we want everybody in the university to have a good experience here, to be able to study, to not have to go to their classes or to do coursework or anything with people who make them nervous about that or uncomfortable for some reason. Okay,